Hi everybody, this is Tom Coyle from Adventures in Leadership. Welcome to my video blog series, Stuck in the Middle. I came up with this name because I, like a lot of you frankly, there are some things where I agree with the Republicans and some things where I agree with the Democrats. And right now there isn't that one major party candidate that best represents me. I'm very drawn right now to the Libertarian Party personally, and we'll have some discussions about that because of just where I believe in terms of where I see social values and economic values and how we use military force or when we use military force. But this whole blog, we're going to look at a lot of issues. We're going to discuss foreign policy. We're going to look at domestic policy. And there'll be a lot of different things we talk about. Now, one of my first topics we're going to talk about here today, and it's going to be a constant theme, is empathy. One of the things we seem to have lost in today's political discourse is the ability to empathize with somebody who disagrees with you. For instance, let's take something very important in our contemporary discussion. Black Lives Matter. Now, I am not saying I agree with every single thing said by somebody who tweets under the hashtag Black Lives Matter, but I agree and understand that there's a point that you look at, there appears to be some bias in the criminal justice system. If not certainly biased, there is certainly some perception that it is not fair. Ironically, many Republicans accuse the justice system of being fraudulent because of Hillary Clinton's emails and not going after that, especially after FBI Director Comey outlined exactly how Hillary Clinton violated policies. So to them, there's corrupt justice. So in other words, instances on both sides of the political spectrum, you have groups of people who think that the justice system is not fair. Second thing about empathy is it does not mean you agree with or support something somebody says. Now, one of the issues we'll go in deeper here is our foreign policy and how it relates to Islamic fundamentalism. One of the things that I will talk about is I do not believe that Al-Qaeda or ISIS are terrorist groups. They use terrorism as tactics. They're not attacking America or the West because women vote or women drive cars or because we have freedom. The very uncomfortable truth is they are attacking us because of certain perceptions about our foreign policy and how it impacts the Muslim world. Again, we'll explore more of these things. And of course, we're going to have my segment, which I'll always close things out, or near the kind of the final part of this, heroes and villains. And in heroes and villains, we address people who do the right thing and stand for something other than their political party. And the villains are those who don't follow those principles. And in the spirit of our first episode, let me introduce to you our first hero. Congressman Chuck Rangel is a Democrat. And during the Bush presidency, Hugo Chavez traveled to the UN, in which he gave a very incendiary, inflammatory speech. It was basically a big, long-winded diatribe against George W. Bush. Now take a look at how Chuck Rangel handles this situation.
But you don't come into my country, you don't come into my congressional district, and you don't condemn my president.
Now, contrast him to Republicans who, for these last 8 years, have cheered world leaders who have criticized Obama. Netanyahu in particular, he came at the invite of the Speaker of the House to talk to them about some of the issues pertaining to Israel, and a lot of what he said was just bashing Obama, and they cheered. I understand someone who may not like Obama. I understand someone who may not like Bush. But look at how Rangel handled this. There are things Chavez said that I think a lot of Democrats have said about Bush, if you actually look at the full speech of Chavez's remarks to the UN. That said, he took a stand against world leaders bashing his president. That does not mean he agrees with Bush. Far from it. Rangel disagrees with Bush on a lot of things. He just did not appreciate coming to his country and bad-mouthing the president. I mean, now technically the UN is international territory, so that's another set of discussion. But I appreciate his stand. I kind of wish the Republicans would have come to Obama's defense. And of course, leading back to my concept of this blog, don't take my message here as bashing Republicans, because there will be things I bash the Democrats for. We'll talk about Hillary Clinton's emails. We'll talk about some of the corruption that the recent hack exposed. So no one's going to be spared. and there'll be heroes and villains on both sides. I hope you enjoy. I hope you stay tuned, and I hope you send me your thoughts on video blogs and things you want to see hosted. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.